start.
Good evening guys, this is our ethanol production machine. I am here to explain you how to produce the ethanol. And here we have assembled all the ethanol production components in a way to produce the ethanol um, that will benefit us as a biofuel to be used in vehicle or other pharmaceutical process. So how to produce it? So I will be explaining all the components in a detail. So starting with a fermenter, our first component is a fermenter. Here the fermentation happens over the three days. Here the sugarcane juice is fed in this fermenter and kept for 3 days, and yeast is added, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, so that the fermentation happens. And after the fermentation, the fermented juice is fed into the boiler with the help of two valves. Two valves and a piping is given. Two valves are provided so that one supplies the fermented juice from a fermenter to a boiler, and the another valve is provided so that when we heat that boiler, it shouldn't get back into the fermenter, or it should not waste. Means whatever we are producing ethanol, it should not get into the piping piping zone, and it shouldn't get wasted or mixed with the fermented juice. So starting with this is our, from here the distillation unit starts. Starting with the distillation unit, it is divided into two parts. So the first unit is this distillation unit, and second unit is this. Here we could have avoided the double distillation, but in practical sense the distillation should be done in a fractional column. A fractional column practically is not possible because it has never been used or never invented anymore. So if we produce it in laboratory, it would be possible. So I'm continuing with my this procedure of explaining it. So boiler here we heat a fermented juice at a 78.23 degrees Celsius. So it is a boiling temperature of the ethanol. So we get a vapor content of the ethanol. So after getting a ethanol, that is a vapor in vapor form, it is condensed in the condenser. Here the condenser is of shell and tube type, and it is surrounded with water. This is not air cooled, it is water cooled. And when the vapor condensed, when the vapor form of the ethanol flow through the condenser, it gets into the liquid form, and liquid form it flows to the another boiler. The double distillation is done as we want, as a fractional column is not there, so we want double distillation to get, as the in this first initial unit, means first unit, when we do distillation, it get a mixture of ethanol and water. So we want to get a pure ethanol. So we do distillation. So when we do again distillation, so we have to repeat the first unit to second unit. So here we have been boiling this boiler at a 78.23 degree to get a pure ethanol. Both the heating has been happened by induction. Induction is given AC supply, and it is kept at 78.23 degrees. That is the simple logic behind it. And here this valve is given so that it cannot return to back into the condenser. So when it is heated, it flows to the another side of the condenser, and here the final condensation from vapor form of the second vapor form of the liquid of the ethanol vapor get converted to the pure ethanol liquid form. So we get a product that is the pure ethanol. As I am telling you that it is the pure ethanol because we have been tested through the detector that it is a pure form. Little of water will be present, but as of now this we can use it for a commercial purpose. In the vehicle we can use it, but the engine needs to make a separate improvement over it. So I will talk about what improvement we employed to a mass production company and all. If we put it at a large scale, we shouldn't wait for this fermentation for 3 days. We can use it in 3 hours. Like it should be provided the improvement I am talking. Okay, here we should provide a motor and a shaft should be provided inside it, fermenter, and a blade of a three rings blade should be provided, and it should be continuously rotated at 250 rpm. The motor of low speed high torque should be used over here. It is proved, means the research has been carried on this. The research paper had proved that. So I am talking on that. According to the research paper, that a motor, a blade, a shaft should be provided, and in 3 hours, at a 250 rpm, the fermentation will happen, but the rotation should be continued. So after the continuous rotation, we will get fermented juice, and again, in industry, the distillation will not happen like this. Distillation will happen in a large boiler, like a fire tube boiler. It will be beneficial to use a fire tube boiler. So we would not require a double boiler or a single. It would be done in a one boiler only and one condenser only, by providing necessary additives, whatever is required at a large scale. So going through it, we would require a pressure measuring gauge over here, and a thermometer, and a sensor should be provided to check, and a sensor should be provided so that it cuts out the temperature, means whatever the required level is. We should cut a required temperature whenever it is reached, so that we cannot depend upon a heat source only to cut it. So a thermostat should be provided over there. It's the main important thing. A pressure gauge, a thermostat, and a thermometer, and a refractive index should be used over a time, so that density and an index, refractive index should be captured or should be noted, so that we know the density at how much density of ethanol is present, of water and ethanol we get after the distillation of first unit or second unit. We can use it. So these are the improvements. Means we can use a fractional column over the time, and we can produce it. So thank you guys for watching the video.
Thank you.